Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryder, and this is your beginner's guide to Echo. In this video, we are going to go over the basic abilities and playstyle of Echo and kind of go over her strengths and weaknesses and tips and tricks that she has, so that you can kind of jump into competitive or quick play and kind of have an idea of how she works without going in completely blind. Keep in mind, this is just a beginner's video. If you want to master a hero in this game, it's going to take practice, hours of practice. You're going to have to kind of learn the nuances and kind of learn it for yourself on how to really master these heroes. This is just kind of to get you started. But if you like this video, please like, comment below, subscribe to the channel. Please check the description down below where my Twitch channel is, where I stream pretty regularly as well. But without further ado, let's jump into the guide for Echo. So Echo is a DPS hero, and she is one of the flight heroes like Pharah. So with Echo, she has a very unique kit. She didn't see a lot of changes from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2. Actually, I don't think she's seen any at all. Her primary fire is her tri-shot. She fires 3 shots from her hand in a triangle pattern. These do a pretty respectable amount of damage, as you can see here. It basically, at any point, you should be basically holding this button down when you're not using your other abilities. It is just free damage. It does a ridiculous amount of damage if you land all of your shots, and she has pretty fast ult charge, so you definitely want to do that. Her other abilities is her sticky bombs, which is her secondary fire. These stick to any surface that they launch to, and then after a couple of seconds, they detonate. They can stick to surfaces and enemy players. If you time it right and you land on enemy players, you can just absolutely do a shit ton of damage. This also does splash damage as well, so if you tag an enemy player and they're in a group of their teammates, when those bombs go off, it will do splash damage not just to them, but to their enemy teammates as well, which could get you some easy picks, or drop the enemy team down low enough for your team to get some picks, or for you to follow up with some try shots and finish them off as well. Even if you don't land the hit, the splash damage can still do it. You know, and it also doesn't have to be in a straight line. You can kind of shoot it in a distance like that, and you can just tag both of them. But you should always try to utilize those sticky bombs. Basically use them on cooldown anytime you see an opening to throw them down, because it's just free damage. Then you have your focusing beam. This beam has a decent range. You have to be kind of close, but not super close. This beam is a channeled beam in the direction of Echo's, wherever direction Echo's facing, and it does ramping up beam damage on the target, as you can see here. Dropped him to about half health just through the beam alone. It has about a 6-second cooldown. This does leave you kind of vulnerable, so you don't want to be, stupid. Now, the closer you are, the more damage that you do with this. So obviously, if you can get close, do so, but don't do it at the expense of your health. You only have 200 health. You're not going to win an outright fight. And then you have your flight, which is your left shift button. You have a 6-second cooldown on this, and basically when you do it, you will dash forward or dash up or whatever direction you move in. So if I hit this button and I hit the jump button, I am now mid-air. Okay, and now while I'm in the air, I can just basically rain hell from the sky, which makes it very hard for Echo to be targetable. She has a passive ability that as long as you hold down the jump button while you're in the air, you will glide. So if you float up, you hold the space button down, you can stay in mid-air, and by the time you hit the ground, you'll have maybe a couple of seconds, and you can jump back up again. These are all things to kind of keep in mind, by the way. You want to make sure that you don't catch yourself out in the middle of the enemy team whenever you're on the decline and coming back to the ground, or you're going to get absolutely wrecked when you land. Again, Echo's not going to win an outright 1v1 fight very often. If she's getting focused, she'll just get fucking murked. And then you have her ultimate. Her ultimate ability is pretty strong if you play it right. What it is it's called Duplicate. You target an enemy hero, and you become that enemy hero. And then you get increased ult charge while you are that hero. So, for example, let's see, target Reaper, and you duplicate Reaper. Now, you will have your ult bar reset, and then all the damage you deal as Reaper will fill that ult bar up ridiculously fast. I have seen Echoes pop off 2 ultimates in a row with Duplicate. So, I can't really do that here because there's not. Well, yeah, I can. There's the Tracer dying. So like if I target Tracer here, I am now Tracer, and I just gained a stupid amount, and I'm able to do that. And as you can see, I have plenty of time to get another one off. And if I'm even quicker about it, I can get a third one off. Okay, if you know what you're doing, you can get 3 ultimates off in one duplicate. So it can absolutely devastate the enemy team if you know what you're doing. Another perk to duplicate is if you become the enemy hero and the enemy team starts to focus you, and let's say you fuck up and they manage to kill you. Don't get killed. Just get knocked back to the form of Echo. So it kind of gives you a second life in a way when you're in duplicate mode, because if they bring you to 0 health while you're duplicated, you just revert back to Echo, and it does give you an option and an ability to kind of get away. So keep that in mind as well. But you definitely don't want to do that. You would much rather, you know, stay airborne, do DPS. The minute you get that duplicate, drop in, duplicate the right targets, the smart targets, you know, and absolutely just start wrecking face. As far as tips and tricks with Echo, the first thing to keep in mind, anytime that you're airborne, when you are airborne, you are considered static. Unless you're bobbing and weaving or something, you are kind of an easier target in the air to any kind of focused fire. This is why a lot of hit scans are weaknesses to airborne heroes like Pharah and Echo. So don't stay airborne if you're being focused. Go down, take cover, get heals, go back up. Don't be stupid and stubborn and try to like outmaneuver the damage of a soldier or something. It's not gonna work. They're gonna fucking mow you down, okay? Now, it's also worth noting, don't go right into the face of the enemy. Make sure that you stay to the sides, behind. You know, you want to, as Echo, you want to be around them, but not in front of them. You have so many tools to attack, and Echo is actually a lot faster than Pharah in the air. You can do a lot with Echo by just bobbing and weaving, go in, you just keep holding that primary fire down, you know, keep ticking them down, everything. You can go down, they start focusing you can leap back in the air, go even higher in the ground, glide around, do some more damage, drop your bombs, you know, all these things. And then when you see somebody a low target, you can drop down, beam them real quick, and then launch away. You know, these are all things that you need to keep in mind whenever you're playing Echo. It's all about moving in and out for the enemy team and bobbing and weaving from the side to behind, but never be directly in front of them. If you do so, you're an easy target for anyone in that vicinity. You want to make sure that you are being a nuisance. Be like a gnat around their head. Don't be right in front of them where they see you. You will be an easy target at that point. As far as strengths and weaknesses with Echo, strength-wise, she is strong against anything that can't really hit things from a distance. So Junkrat, Reaper, Mei, you know, these heroes are all heroes that will struggle. Reinhardt, these are all heroes that will struggle against an Echo, because Echo can attack from such a distance and do so much damage from a distance that she can just absolutely decimate these heroes without ever even taking any damage whatsoever. However, weaknesses. Very weak against hit scans. So Cassidy, Ashe, Widowmaker, Soldier 76, Bastion, Torbjorn. All of these heroes that can track her movements and follow where she's going can mow her out of the sky really, really quick if she's not careful. So if you notice that you're getting mowed down by a hit scan hero consistently and no one's really stopping that hit scan hero, it may be a good idea to swap onto a different hero. Don't be stubborn. Don't one trick. This is a counterplay game. Don't do that. If you notice you're not getting value out of the hero you're playing, you need to work around that and try to find a hero that's not getting countered as hard by the individuals that are giving you problems. But with that, that is your guide to Echo, guys. If you guys have any further questions, please leave a comment down below with them, and I will answer them as quick as what I can. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next one. Peace.